What's going on, everybody? Sam Dogg, the infamous 253, coming at you guys. Just gonna have a little live hangout with some of my other friends out here. Just chilling. Sorry, I haven't really been able to do a lot of videos lately because I've been busy at work. So it's been really taking a lot out of me too. But just waiting to try to get my man Gangrene David in here, so that way we can get started on here. I just gotta get the link on here too. So just gotta get it in here. Yep. Let's just get it. Let's get it on here. All right. And then let's see if we can paste it on here. All right. Yeah. See now if we can get David in here. Also, be cool to get a couple other fellow friends in here. Hey, what's up, Devin? What's up, Isaac? How's it going, man? Been a little busy lately with work, just chilling. Waiting to get my man Gangrene David in here so we could talk a little football and talk about some of the things going on around here, man. I think it was crazy about, one of the first things I want to start out with how crazy it was when, Jadeveon Clowney obviously turning down the freaking Cleveland deal, which obviously was freaking the Cleveland deal that he turned down. Well, we all know Jadeveon Clowney wants to freaking go to a contender, and obviously we all know Cleveland is not a contender by any means. Let's see what they got going this year, though. But obviously, if Clowney turns down Cleveland, we know it's not really going to be about money. He just wants to go to a team that's winning now. He wants to go to a win now team. So that's basically my take about it. So like I mentioned, I don't know what's going to happen with Clowney. I don't know. I don't think he'll re-sign with us. But if he goes to the Titans, I wouldn't be surprised because obviously he'll want to go back to the AFC South and stick it to Bill O'Brien and all that and all too for an ultimate revenge game. But okay, I need to get Gangrene David in on this stream. I posted the link in the comments. So dang, come on, David. Got to get you on here, bro. Let me just see if I can copy my comment, go back into my stream, and just freaking get him in here. He said he's kind of hungry. It'd be cool to get Brandon Rogers or a couple other people on here. Maybe Colby Sports, get Colby on here, Eddie Taylor, a couple people on here. Feel free. If you're familiar with me, I posted the link in here. So let's get some people on here. Man. Come on, let's get some people on here right now and watch. Oh, man, they're predicting us to go 11-5 on the freaking NFL Live and 49ers to go 13-3 again. They won't know that for sure until they get the eye test. Things could drastically change. For all we know, 49ers could be on a Super Bowl hangover for all we know. So that's all we can basically say on that, too. I got NFL Live on here. I got it on mute, though, so basically I could chat with you guys, too. Yeah. Isaac Sedilio, so what's going on, man? What if the Titans sign Clowney? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's going to be because the Titans are getting set up to be a win-now team. You saw it in the playoffs with the way they upset the Patriots in the wild card, and then the way they freaking shut down Baltimore on their defense, man. The way their defense shut down Baltimore and Lamar Jackson, forcing them out to the sides instead of, leaving them open room. What the Titans did when they beat the freaking Ravens, they did what I was saying we needed to do, which we obviously didn't do, and that's, gap containment. You have to contain the gap so that way Lamar doesn't have those open holes in the middle to be able to run. So that's basically how the Titans were able to get their work done. Why do I have that? Because that's the number I freaking chose for my custom jersey. And also, that jersey was actually given to me by head coach Pete Carroll before the shootout between the Seahawks and the Texans in 2017. And the game I went to in Los Angeles in that same year when we beat the Rams 16-10, Pete told me that game leading up to that one, because it was before the bye week, Pete said, we got to get me a new jersey. And that's basically how it happened. Oh, man, I wish I'd get a couple people in here, man. Let's get some people on here. David said he's eating right now. If I can get my man Colby Sports on here from Colorado, or, man, just Brandon Rogers, man, Well, yeah, that's because I wanted to basically make it like this, where you could basically see my voice. I mean, hear my voice and everything too. That's how these live hangouts are going to be doing. Mm, well, we were out. Well, I don't really think we were that close to being in the Super Bowl because of, I mean, obviously we already had the injuries, but who cares about, I mean, but obviously I know losing Carson and freaking Penny was a big blow earlier, and we all know CJ was going to get hurt again. Glad he's going to be gone. Now we got DJ Dallas, and then it'll be interesting to see what Carlos Hyde could bring to the table. Heck, I'm anxious for week 8 and week 17 because then Carlos Hyde's going to get some shots at his former team. So that should be fun to watch, to see him go up against his former team too. Yeah. Right now I got NFL Live. Looks like they gave the Rams a C. One person on ESPN gave our offseason an A-. Right now Diana's grade for the LA Rams is a C. I got NFL Live on ESPN on right now on the TV. Maybe I'll unmute it for a little bit. Just sorry, guys. It's just I was supposed to try to get a couple of friends on here. Like, I'm waiting on Gangrene David, but apparently he's hungry right now. So he should be on. He should be on soon in a bit, though. So stay tuned for that. So sorry if I sound a little bored right now too. Yep. All the Rams lost were obviously Todd Gurley to Atlanta. Brandon Cooks they traded to the Texans. Oh, did they add? And they added Leonard Floyd. And the question is, what are the Jaguars going to freaking do with freaking Leonard Fournette? Were they still going to try to trade him as well? Oh, freaking Antonio Brown was working out with Geno Smith. I saw something about Antonio Brown working out with Geno Smith, but look, I'm also going to say this because I wanted to touch up on this topic. Just because Russell Wilson wants Antonio Brown doesn't mean Pete and John want him. So, yeah, keep in mind, Pete and John will have the final say in what happens. Yeah, that's exactly what I just mentioned, Trevor Maguire. That's exactly what I just mentioned. But just because freaking Russell wants him doesn't mean Pete and John want him. Besides, I think we're still straight with what we got at the receiver position. You got DK Metcalf, you got Tyler Lockett. You just recently added Phillip Dorsett. I personally want to see what that dude has in the end zone. You know, I want to see how we use Colby Parkinson in the red zone. And obviously, drafting him is obviously a safe draft pick for if Disley and Olsen get hurt again. And plus, you know, I mean, obviously, I think the Seahawks could possibly most likely move on from freaking Luke Wilson if that's the case too, to save up a little cap. And Hollister, we don't know what the heck's going to happen with Hollister too. So, I mean, if we just need to hope that Disley and Olsen can stay healthy, though. That's the thing. But Olsen's getting up there in career and basically nearing the end of his career, so probably will most likely, who knows, depending on what happens, he's getting near the time where he should be thinking about retirement. But I do want to see what he has with us, though, during the season. But, yeah, basically that's all I got so far with that, too, for our tight end room. We got a pretty big tight end room. Yeah, I'm anxious to see Olsen in the Seahawks offense, but man, put Colby Parkinson in that mix for a 6'7". I like that size for a freaking tight end, especially the news when Parkinson only dropped one pass all of last season at Stanford. I mean, that's pretty damn good for a freaking tight end, man. That's why when I saw this, I was like, I wasn't so sure what to think about the thoughts that we were drafting a tight end. And it was like, this is going to be the type of tight end you use as a red zone target. And Stanford tight ends have panned out pretty good. You look back at, you know, Zach Ertz, Colby Fleener back when he was in his prime, freaking Austin Hooper. That's basically all I can mention. Now we can basically hope that the same positivity for tight end happens for, you know, Colby Parkinson with the Seattle Seahawks, you know. Should AB come back? Wait and see. But all I'm going to say is just because Russell Wilson wants him doesn't mean Pete and John want him. And I'm going to keep on saying that too. Just because a lot of people want him, that doesn't mean Pete and John want him, you know. Pete and John have the final say in it, and that's basically all we're going to get out of it. That's just all I got to say for him. Man, I got to see if David's ready yet, man. But, man, it'd be cool to get Eddie Taylor or someone else on here. The link's up there in the comments. Beanie, if you want to jump in, man, get in here, man. Think Skittles Mark? Devin Peterson, Carlos Hyde signing, denied it. Carlos Hyde signing probably is your sign that Lynch isn't coming back. Hate to say it, but the Carlos Hyde signing basically canceled the Lynch comeback. Got a game night to go to on Friday with a couple of friends of mine too. So there's that too. And then basically I'm going to be hanging with my buddy Damon, and I'm going to be hanging with my older brother and Adam A Vlogs. We're going to have a little game night, play a Star Wars version of Cards Against Humanity, which I had fun playing with a couple of my friends last night. Shout out to, not last night, but during the week, Damon Lee. Shout out Damon Lee, buddy Nakia, my buddy Daniel, who's a Raiders fan. And yeah, basically that. Anything new on Dunbar? Yeah, Dunbar's basically innocent. He's good to go. I already looked in on that stuff. So basically people writing stuff saying that he really wasn't, part of the crime. So who knows it was crazy with that situation. But I'm glad that Dunbar's going to be good to go for us. NBA coming back in July. Shit, I don't know about that. They might as well just cancel the rest of the season without a championship and basically just, say, fuck it. Let's just wait for the next season. That's basically all I see on the NBA. MLB, who knows what the hell's going to happen with that, man, with baseball, But I'm just hoping we get the season because I'm trying to go to a road game this year. Mainly, I'm trying to go down to Florida. I've never been to Florida before. I want to hit that Week 4 game in Miami because I've never been to Miami. A lot of things I want to see in Miami. And plus, what also sucks about this whole freaking coronavirus bullshit thing is the fact that basically with this whole coronavirus is that RTC isn't able to go, and and it sucks to not be able to do my exotic car videos anymore. I'm gonna go upstairs really quick, go grab my headphones, maybe put it in with my mic and see if it gets you guys any better. I'll be right back. Sorry, I got a little. Sorry. Yeah. 5 minutes, it's all right. Give us a little bit of your time. We can talk a little bit what's going on, the new onside kick rule and everything. I'm just going to put my headphones on, and that's I'm just down in my game room. Oh, so it's not going to happen? The owners voted on it? Oh, sorry, guys. I got Norb Cam on the phone. He's going to jump in for a bit. Yeah, we'll talk about it on the stream, all right? It's a StreamYard thing. Mine's on a StreamYard, so all right. Can y'all hear me better, man? I just put my headphones in, got the little mic in here, so can y'all hear me a little better? So we're gonna get Norb Cam in here for a little bit too. Norb's gonna come hang out, and looks like the NFL owners basically voted no to the freaking onside kick rule change, which is what Norb was saying. So I don't think that 4th and 15 thing is going to happen. Thought it would have been a hell of an idea with the AAF with the way they did it, because they did it 4th and 12, and that was kind of fun to see. They did it 4th and 12, but now the NFL wants to make it tougher, doing 4th and 15. They must have gotten that idea with the way Mahomes, basically converted that freaking 3rd and 15 in Super Bowl 54 last year with that big pass to Tyreek Hill. That could be fun to see. All right. I got to post a link in here, see if I can, so that way Norb can get on here right away. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Copy the clipboard and all right. Sorry, I also got some allergies going on, seasonal allergies going on too. Oh, dang, look at that nice Escalade. How many of y'all got NFL Live on right now and looking at that freaking Escalade on the TV right now? That basically Tom Brady's private Escalade thing. It's got like, oh, dang, that interior looks hella nice in there, man. Damn. Imagine rolling around town in something like this. Oh, Gangrene David. David, welcome to the stream. How you doing, man?
Good. I just had a nice lunch.
Yeah, Norp's going to be jumping on here in a little bit too when he gets a chance.
Sweet.
So David, Norb also mentioned something to me about the new onside kick rule, which they were going to try to make it like a 4th and 15. And Norb mentioned I think the NFL owners voted against it. Did you hear anything about that earlier?
Yeah, I think I got a notification earlier from NFL.com after I got off the phone with you.
Yeah, I didn't get see any notification about it yet, but I was going to check the social media to talk a little bit about it too. But, whew. Other than that, though, what else been up, man? Any other certain things you want to talk about with your Jets or NFL wise, or we just want to talk any other football talk around here, man?
Nothing Jets crazy. I mean, other than Jamal Adams trade rumors still flying around, which is crazy.
Yeah, those rumors have been crazy. The Cowboys, I thought the Cowboys basically backed out of that too, and then obviously we heard Engraven wanted to talking about the Ravens trying to go after him because it seems like
How did we get in contact with the Ravens about him? Like I don't remember that.
Yeah, Engraven Raven. You ever see Engraven's channel? He's basically posting a lot of stuff about what's going on in the NFL too. Oh, hey, what's up, Eddie? But it's crazy right now. I mean, obviously, if you guys traded Adams, you guys would obviously get another first round pick out of it too. And then obviously, I've seen videos about people always talk about how the Jets are basically the New York Ravens. We're getting all former Ravens players too. I mean, what are your thoughts about that too, David?
I mean, it's not like the Ravens have had bad players throughout their history. Vinny Testaverde, C.J. Mosley, we recently brought in. Patrick Unruzar, we brought in on a 1-year deal. He wasn't a bad player for the Ravens either. And we brought in a former Super Bowl MVP to be a backup quarterback. So I don't know. Like I'm not like I don't care where we bring in players from, as long as they provide a good role for our team, then I'm all in for it.
Yeah, I mean, and then also my team bringing back a couple of former guys like during the offseason. I mean, we obviously brought back Bruce Irvin, who was part of our Super Bowl 48 team, and then Benson Mayowa, who we originally had undrafted, played a few games on during the 2013 season when we had some certain injuries, and then basically it was mostly practice squad. Got a Super Bowl ring with us, is back, and he and Irvin both had 8 sack seasons last year. They both had more sacks than Jadeveon Clowney last year. So I'm actually anxious to see. I like that basically going in if Clowney leaves us, though. I mean, but it's going to suck about that. We don't even know what's going to happen with Clowney. He turned down a deal from the Browns, which basically I don't really think Clowney is just going to be all about the money. He just wants to go to a team that's in win-now situations that can basically compete for the Super Bowl. And I mean, obviously you got like the Chiefs. 49ers are still primed for another run at it too, even though they basically choked in the fourth quarter. And then basically also you got like another team on the rise. If he goes to the Titans, I wouldn't be surprised about that because the Titans are building something down there. If you saw the way they upset the Patriots and the Ravens, I mean, what they're doing down in Tennessee is freaking crazy right now,
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tennessee, they were just on the doorstep until they ran into and they were ahead for a little bit on Patrick Mahomes, and then Mahomes and the Chiefs offense just woke up and basically just took it to the house, man. They just took it to them
throughout the entire playoffs.
Yeah, they've been down the entire playoffs. Every game the Chiefs were in the playoffs was a come from behind win. I gotta take a drink of my Gatorade really quick. Dang, man. So how's the weather right now over in New York?
It's cloudy. It's kind of the weather I like. Hopefully no rain. At least the weather will be good come my 21st birthday in 4 days.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You turning 21, man. Dude, I think around this time in 2013 was when I made my last trip out there. The last time I ever went to New York in 2013, late May / beginning of June.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and I remember I had a few signs on there, like I heard the Seattle artist Macklemore when I was heading to Jib Lanes out in Queens to go bowling, and there was a radio station. I thought I was back at home, like, wait, what? I mean, this is a Seattle artist. So I'm like, I'm like, I thought at first I'm back home and I looked at the thing in my rental car, which was a brand new at the time Dodge Charger. I looked at the station. And I was like, oh wait, that's right. I'm not in Seattle. I'm in New York because I realized I was listening to Hot 97.
Yeah, 97.1 is one of the premier stations in New York.
Yeah, they had legendary DJ and Funkmaster Flex, and also let's not forget DJ Mr. C. I mean, remember, I'm a hip hop guy, so I mean, and hip hop was what drove me back there. And then I actually met a Seahawks fan that actually lived in the Queensbridge projects, and basically told him I was a season ticket holder back home, so it was pretty unique. And then when we won the Super Bowl, I looked back on that trip, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like that dude I met here in Macklemore, all the crazy stuff I did. I mean, I was like, was my trip? I'm like, my trip was a sign because this was before the Super Bowl 48 season. The Super Bowl 48 season would end up being in New York / New Jersey.
Yeah, New York's a crazy place.
Yeah, and definitely, I'll tell you what though, if you could drive there, you could basically drive anywhere. And I remember saying to myself, if I survived while I was driving this, I'm like, if I make it through this, I'm not gonna feel as bad about driving in Seattle anymore. Seattle's gonna be a breeze from now on.
Well, I'm in the Staten Island area, so it's really not that hard to drive here. But like, I drove in places like Brooklyn. I drove in the Bronx.
Hell.
Yeah, not really Manhattan yet, though.
Yeah, and then basically, but yeah, I've driven in Manhattan. I drove in Brooklyn, but I think I drove through Staten Island on the way to Jersey. And then basically, man, I gotta go check out Staten Island a little bit more next time because that's where Wu-Tang started. The Wu-Tang Clan started.
Huh. Yeah, you're not really missing much over here.
Yeah, but also Brandon Rogers says Barton is in question since we drafted Brooks. If we keep KJ, Barton may not see the field, but if we cut KJ, Barton will see the field. Who knows what the heck's going to happen with KJ? I like KJ, to be honest with you. I like KJ. I've gotten to know him I've known him since his rookie year, and then he's one of the other players that knows who I am by name and by my jersey and everything. So, like, even when we're out in public, I've hung out quite a bit with KJ. He's good guy too, and got a family out here who was on, I think one point he was on the HGTV channel with a house in Seattle with him and his family.
KJ Wright's always been one of the most underrated players in the league.
He had one of his better seasons last year. I mean, aside from the Super Bowl 48 year and a bunch of KJ Wright, when he's healthy, he's good. It was crazy last year when we were playing Carolina Panthers. It was crazy to see him and Bobby Wagner both get interceptions in the same game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who's your first round pick? Was it
Jordan Brooks from Texas Tech, who happened to be coached by the same guy who coached Bobby Wagner at Utah State?
Well, that was interesting. I thought you guys reached for him. I thought you guys would have gotten Gross Mateos.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm all right with what we got, especially when we drafted Alton Robinson from Syracuse, from nearby of your neck of the woods. Even though, I mean, how far up is Syracuse from New York City?
Far, dude.
Yeah, is it like basically my old Puyallup to Pullman Drive? 5 hours?
I think around 5.5 hours, 6 hours, maybe.
A little bit more than my Pullman Drive that I used to make when I had friends at Wazoo.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, hold on. I need to also know. Oh yeah, because I want to do something on here like a screen share, a share screen, basically. Because you remember, I watched your reaction to when your Jets drafted Denzel Mims, right? And remember my comment on there, right? Let's do a share screen and pull up. All I have to do is hit the share screen, right? I've never done this before.
Yeah.
I want to. Oh, Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Welcome to the Sam Dog Hangout. How you doing, man?
What's going on? I'm chilling. How are you?
Doing good, man. Just chilling right here. Oh, they're showing old Sonics highlights. Gary Payton crossing up a Utah Jazz player and just putting up a layup. But yeah, I'm gonna do a share screen really quick, and basically,
he wants to show my Denzel Mims reaction.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little comparison to that. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that and my DK Metcalf reaction. First, we're gonna do my DK Metcalf reaction, and then but I'll fast forward to that part to where basically, can y'all see that all right?
What, the shared screen?
Yep.
No.
All right, this is basically, all right. Just want to be sure if I got it on here.
I don't see it yet.
How do I get this to work, man? How do I get that share screen to work like in the main screen? Oh, do I just hit
I've
share?
never even done a share screen with StreamYard, so I don't even know. But I
Application
know
window,
this
Chrome
is that
tab.
format setting.
Your entire screen, application window. Hold on, Chrome tab. Is it basically what it is right here? Chrome tab.
Do your entire screen.
Yeah. Share audio. It's not letting me do anything on here. Oh. All right. Is it in there? You got it?
Go. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So I'm gonna fast forward to the part on here too. All right. So basically, I'm eating my nachos right there because I was eating chips and cheese because we traded up. So who do we trade? At one point, even in the video, I said, could this be Hakeem Butler or DK Metcalf? Okay, hold on. I got something on here that says, pro tip, be careful sharing screen audio. If you have a guest, they will hear themselves if you're sharing everything. Is this all right? Is that all right? Can you hear that all right? Oh, shit, Norbcamp's coming in. Norb, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Nothing much. We got the world famous Norbcam in the freaking Sam Dogg infamous hangout along with Gangrene David and Brandon Rogers, man. Norb, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Is it just me, or am I hearing like instant replay of the same echo of the audio?
Well, I also put the audio on because we were Gangrene David's in the chat. We wanted to do comparisons to his reaction of when the Jets drafted Denzel Mims and my reaction to when the Seahawks drafted DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
But yeah, Norb. So basically, you mentioned earlier that the NFL voted against the new onside kick rule, which would be 4th and 15 from the from your own 25, and they voted against it. Basically, it was originally 4th and 12 in the AAF, if you remember. What are your thoughts on that, Norb? Because I thought it would have been a cool addition to add that.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool to see how that experiment would have worked. I'm an old school guy. I like how kickoffs used to be. I liked how the onside kicks were, bringing us back to that NFC Championship game against the Packers, and how exciting that kind of play was. But considering how they modified kickoffs and now that's almost such a small percentage of chance of being able to convert one. The 4th and 15 at the 25 would have been interesting to see how game endings would have been, and how maybe teams that had no chance of getting the ball back maybe would be able to come back and have a little bit more closer games. But I guess we'll have to wait another year because it's not going to happen this year, apparently.
Yeah, I agree with that. And especially, when you had the crazy reaction to that, we were both obviously at that NFC Championship game against the Packers when we had the miracle comeback where basically John Ryan did the onside kick and Chris Matthews recovered it off of Brandon Bostic. And then we get the Marshawn Lynch touchdown, and then Tavares Jackson, may he rest in peace, the best coin toss caller in the game with the epic coin toss call. And basically we get it. And then Jermaine Kearse for game winner would go to the Super Bowl, and we won't talk about what happened on that one because we were both in that same end zone, Norb.
Yeah, that was we don't want to relive that again.
Yeah. But other than that, let's compare my reaction to David's reaction with us when we drafted DK Metcalf, and then when freaking David's team drafted Cam Chancellor, baby. We traded with the Patriots. Right. Y'all see that all right?
Yeah. You have somebody else, I think.
All right, here we go, right here. DK Metcalf! DK Metcalf! I had a feeling it was one of those guys. We got DK Metcalf! Dude, we got DK Metcalf! Oh, we got Eddie coming in. What up, Eddie? So, yeah, what up, Eddie?
What's up, Jake? Angry David.
What's up, guys?
What's up, y'all?
We got one of the top big body receivers. DK Metcalf is coming to the Seattle Seahawks. Dude, I was all excited with my shaking right there. No fucking way. Sorry about the F-bomb right there. I was just couldn't believe it because I remember, Norm, remember when I called you? You were at your girls' volleyball game, and I called you after I did this video. Dude,
yep.
And I just screamed it in the phone. This guy better be a go up and get me.
Yeah, you're going nuts. And I
Yeah.
saw the update.
Yep,
And
and that
I was like,
freaking
we needed a big
thing
body
with
like that.
that DK Metcalf turned out to be a steal. I even commented back in that video, I was like, well, looking like he's a steal, right? Remember?
Officially a Seattle Seahawk.
And look where we are today. Did not disappoint, that's for sure.
Did
Come
not
with all this.
disappoint.
Did not expect
All right,
us to
Gang
trade
Green
up to
David,
get him.
it's
So
your turn now.
make sure to ring that bell, bang that sub button, hit the like button, and let me know.
All right, David, you ready for? All right, David, let's see your crazy reaction.
Kyla can't take photos on her
Sorry
refurbished
about
phone.
that. I got the
Not right
freaking
now.
stupid
She
ad
used the
showing up.
300
Oh, look at that.
Come on, they're dragging
All
us
right,
on.
David, here
this
you
is
are.
ridiculous. Kid.
Who had the crazier reaction?
Give me DeVerdy in the third round.
I'll just fast forward to the back.
Biggest name for the Jets.
All right, David, you're getting tense at this moment. You're so tense at the moment. Here you go. Let's see it.
Just like Denzel
Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Ooh, dang, David.
Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about! Woo! Denzel baby! Welcome to the freaking Jets! That's what I'm talking about!
Yeah, I got to give it to David on that one.
Yeah, I will admit that that's a good steal for the Jets.
Yeah, definitely was a good steal right there. I mean, especially EDP 445 wanted Mims, and then they disappointed with the freaking Jalen Hurts pick, and it was like, what the heck? It was like freaking crazy, man. Oh, hey, Buccaneers fan and Sweet Fall. Yeah, let me put the link. Let me put the link in there. So yeah. So Norb, any other thoughts, man, coming up, man?
Oh man, I'm just wondering what's going to happen when the season starts. You know, are you and I going to be able to get back in CenturyLink Field and actually watch games in person, or is it going to be some weird modified half full stadium or no fans in the stand? I guess that's the part that, all this other stuff aside, the games I think will get played. It's just a matter of will we get to be in there and make an impact on these games. That's I hope so, because we haven't missed a year in a long time. So
yeah, you and me both, man. I just hope we can get back here. And speaking of which, Norb, I think I should let you know in advance, but the Stewart's beef jerky pepperoni stick game just so happens to be against Gangrene David's Jets on December 13th.
Ooh, we got to get David up here, man. You've been talking about coming out from New York here to Seattle. Could this be the year, David?
I would love to come over there. Dude.
And then I got to bring David down to Puyallup to get a beer with me at the Roadhouse.
You know, if I come over there, Norb, I think you and I are going to have to do a rival video of some sort.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That would be a great idea. I got to find my way over there then.
I don't see Buccaneers fan live in Sioux Falls on the thing. I'm having a little issue trying to get them in there. Gosh, I mean, I got the whole – hold on. Let me see if I can get the bigger thing on here to try to get one more person in the chat, you know, because we're trying to get –
Well, you can only hold 6 people max in here.
Yeah, we can only hold 6 people max. My laptop might be a little different, though, from that. But anyway, man, it's like this is one of the best things I think I've done so far, to have a live chat with other people on here, especially having the big two and Norb and Gangrene David. Of course, I got my buddy Eddie Taylor, got Brandon Rogers in here. I talked to Brandon last night on his stream. So, Brandon, how's the Madden games going along? How's the Madden tournament going for you so far? You doing all right on that?
I advanced to round 3, but then I got eliminated, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, Norb, I'll tell you what, man, sooner or later, I mean, we're going to have to also do some, you know, if we get the season, you're going to have to one day take the game through the eyes of Sam, Dog, by coming down before then, getting in early with me and helping me pump some players up.
I know. We've been talking about it for years, and we just haven't done it yet, but it's overdue. So for sure, man, that'd be pretty sweet to get down there. See the players as they're coming out of that tunnel, man.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, V-Man 29397? How's it going, man? I mean, how many other Norb Cam and Gangrene David subscribers do we have in this chat so far, man? How many other guys? Because y'all got to also sub these guys up too, man. I mean, you got to also sub up David and Norb Cam, and also another buddy of mine. You guys should also sub up to my friend Brendan Nelson, who I've been doing my game previews with last season too, and I'm trying to get more with that too. Just got to get set up on my Microsoft Zoom account on my laptop right now, because this is going down right now from my laptop. I'm downstairs in the game room watching ESPN right now and talking with you guys, and we're just out here talking a little football, just like Chris Berman told Tom Jackson when Tom was nervous after exiting the league. He said, what exactly are we going to do? He said, Chris Berman said, you and me are just going to talk a little football.
I'll tell you one thing, Sam. I've been watching Brendan a lot recently, and he's changed my opinion on Jacob Hollister.
Yeah.
Because he's not a big fan of Hollister, and the way he's been talking about him, it's kind of true the way he says it, because Hollister's not your big, usual threat tight end.
I agree with him.
Like Greg Olsen or Will Dissly can be.
I agree with him. And plus, let's not forget we drafted a big 6'7" guy out of Stanford, Colby Parkinson. I would not be surprised if Parkinson replaces Hollister. I would not be surprised by that.
And
I won't be surprised about that either.
Nora, what are your thoughts on Parkinson?
I like that. I like that guy. The more, at the time we got him, I was not thinking we needed more tight ends because it felt like the position was well covered already, having gotten Greg Olsen in the offseason and expecting Dissly to come back and hopefully stay healthy throughout the year. But then the more I read up on this guy, I was like, ooh, this might be pretty good. I mean, even if we're covered this first year with Olsen and company, I think long term, this could be that guy who could be an anchor, a regular guy who could be a scoring and end zone threat for years to come. We know Greg Olson's on his last leg, so when he's gone, this guy could step up and be the guy to carry the torch for him and Dissly side by side, man. Double tight end sets. I'm excited about that possibility. So I liked it the more I looked at it. So I'm very excited to see it. Hopefully he'll get some time on the field.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But also, what I like about and Stanford has a good history with tight ends recently. You look at the way Zach Ertz has been playing. Then, of course, at one point, Colby Fleener with the Colts and the Saints, and then Austin Hooper, man. Oh, snap. We got Sports Live in the ATL I think I see Sports Live in the ATL in the chat. David in Atlanta, week 1. Oh, yeah. Week 1 should be fun, especially the fact that we get to have a little reunion with an old rival in Todd Gurley. Because we get to face him again in week 1. So we got to be ready for that.
In a different color uniform. It's going to be a little weird to see, but man, Atlanta's always giving us fits. We got the best of them last year, but they're always tough, especially down there.
Yeah, but we basically let them back into that game last year when we were playing down there. I really thought we should have blown them out. It was cool seeing the 2 Metcalf touchdowns and then Bobby Wagner and stripping Devontae Freeman. And what the heck's Freeman going to go? We tried to offer Freeman at first, and then I think, Freeman turning down the deal was probably the best thing to happen to us with, the fact that we tried to offer, and then we got Carlos Hyde instead. I think Hyde is freaking, I think Hyde was a good pickup. And plus, week 8 and
I
week
think
7
Hyde was a lot better than Freeman.
Week 8 and week 17, Carlos Hyde revenge games, because we all know where he started. And I remember when the 49ers let him go. I was like, man, why the 49ers let him go? The dude's great. He was a good running back,
He kind of fell off when he was in Cleveland and Kansas City because he had a few injuries, but he revamped it in Houston. So
1,070 rush yards, no doubt about that. He even scored a touchdown on the dump off pass from Deshaun Watson. So who knows? He could possibly be the first player in NFL history to catch a touchdown pass from Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick. Oh, let's see what we got coming into the. Oh, we got Sleeta. Sleeta's in the video. What's up, Sleeta? What's up? Let's go.
I was gonna say picking up Hyde. It will be a good backup for Carson. Because let's be real, you're not gonna expect Rashad Penny to be back till like maybe week 10 or week 11.
Yeah.
And another thing is Carson doesn't have to carry the full workload. He can stay on the sideline a bit. You can put Hyde in. You can put DJ Dallas if he makes the main roster.
That takes Carson's back with his off injury.
Hey guys, Sam Dogg, what's up, man? Hey,
not much, man. We just chilling,
I can't stay on long.
First time having a live chat. First time having a live hangout with everyone. This is working out better than we thought. Now we got 3 of the top dog YouTubers on here with Norb, David, and David in Atlanta. And then I'm at 874 subs myself though, trying to get up there though. But I just appreciate the fact
you'll get
top dogs.
Yeah, you'll get up there, man. But listen, hey, I'm on a lunch break, so I can't stay long. I just saw Norb and Gangrene and everybody in here, man. Hey, Norb, I hope you're ready, sir. Week 1, I got some plans for you.
Oh yeah, I am ready, man. How fitting it is that we are just talking about that game 1 would be against your Falcons. So yeah, we definitely have some business to do.
Yeah, I was actually when before the schedule came out, somebody was asking me what my top 3 were. I said New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and Seattle. So I'm not disappointed by the Seahawks. I know it's kind of like a rivalry because it feels like we play you all the time, and the games are pretty close.
Twice in the playoffs.
But just remember this: this is not the same team last year. It should not be. It should be a lot better game, and I expect to win it.
I'm not sleeping on y'all, especially after the upsets you called last year.
I'm not bringing that up in there and everything. Hey, is Brandon in the chat?
Brandon's up there in the corner.
What's up, Sleeta?
Yeah, but is Brandon in here? Is he in the chat?
Brandon Rogers is on the video right now.
Oh, okay. Hey, Brandon, what's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
Not much, man. Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what I'm. Yeah, that's who I'm talking to. Good, man. I'm going to bury the hatchet, man, and let's try to start over.
All right.
All right.
We can try that.
Are you okay with that, sir?
Yeah, we can try it. All good.
That's big. That's a good move.
Yeah, that's a good move. But yeah, Sleeta, I remember.
Yeah, because I got a lot of. Good, because I can talk sports and stuff like that. But
I hear you.
Yeah, Sleeta, I still remember last year during some of those upsets you pulled against the Saints and especially the 49ers one. That was my favorite one. It's like I remember me and my buddy Dallas Stewart, when we do our game picks, we started calling you guys the Trap Atlanta Falcons because it felt like you were putting good teams in trap games. I mean, obviously you guys were beating Carolina because Carolina was going on that horrible skid at the end, but I remember when you guys beat the Saints and the 49ers, starting to call you guys like, should we start calling the Falcons the Trap Atlanta Falcons for trap games? Remember that, Sleeta?
Well, the Falcons are pretty known for stuff like that because, I do remember it. But look, I got to go. But I'll talk to you guys later. Brandon, I'll hit you up, man, in one of my lives.
All right, I hear you. See you.
All right, later, Sleeta.
Nice talking to you, Sleeta.
See you later, David.
All right, later, North. Later, Gangrene.
Oh yeah, you gotta call them the Trap Atlanta Falcons because you never know what team is gonna show up every week.
And I remember during that time when they upset the 49ers, when they upset the 49ers, me and my buddy Dallas were like, boy, I'm sure glad we didn't get that Falcons team when we faced them earlier.
Oh yeah, Brandon Rogers, you said you were at that Seahawks Falcons game in 2017.
Oh, when Blair Walsh missed it? Yeah. That was
horrible. Don't remind me. I was there too. Norb and I were there too.
He lost us the Redskins game. He lost us
He lost us the Redskins game. He lost us the final game against the Cardinals, which we obviously weren't going to the playoffs anyway. But I will say my win of the year from 2017 was when we beat the eventual Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. That was my number one win of the year if we talk about top wins of the year. In the last few seasons, I've been thinking about trying to come up with, videos talking about at the end of the year, talking about our top wins of the year, which 2018's number one win was the win against the Chiefs. And then this year, obviously, the unanimous number one, if we could all agree for a Seahawks fan, the number one win was that Monday Night Thriller in Santa Clara.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because, we would – because you know how, we had the what-ifs, if we had to turn the ball over, we would have won that game in regulation.
Yeah, and then KJ should have had an interception at one part of that game too. I remember that. What should have been the game-ending interception.
I feel really left out because I'm the only Jets fan in here.
Oh, yeah, you're fine, David. But you're one of the top.
You're good.
Top dogs on YouTube right now.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I do my best.
Yeah, but man, hey Norb, you ever checked out my buddy Brendan Nelson before too on YouTube?
Brendan Nelson. I know Brendan Rogers, of course. We've spoken many times. I'm not sure if the other one we've had connection. Not sure.
Yeah, I got lots of connections with Nelson. I've done a lot of game previews. It's like with him because we always take with me, me and him, we just like to take the realistic side of the Seahawks and just be realistic about most things too. But a lot of times, Brendan Nelson, he does really good whiteboard videos on certain certain players, and especially when it came to the time of drafting like certain prospects. His whiteboard videos are pretty good, and also he's been doing a lot of gaming live streams too, playing video games too. So it's pretty cool to see him doing that too. Let's see what we got coming into the video. Joshua 253. What is up, Joshua? Welcome to
what's up, Sam Dogg?
What up, Joshua? Welcome to the infamous hangout.
Hey, I went to Rogers High School. You probably know my brother, KTZ, Kyle Tomlinson.
Oh, Kyle Tomlinson. Yeah, KTZ. He's living down in Arizona now.
So I got one question for you. I think Arizona is going to be a good team this year. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not sleeping on Arizona. They're definitely on the rise with that too. What do you guys think, Norb?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. With Arizona, it's boom or bust. It all depends on if Kyler, because his offensive line is not that good still, and that defense still needs work. But if Kyler can play well, if he can get the ball over there, I think they'll be. I think the max wins for Arizona can be 9 wins. I have them at 7 and 9.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and then of course, San Francisco's obviously still going to be a contender. There, even though they lost the Super Bowl, I'll tell you what, they're still, to me, I would say San Fran still has a complete team. One of the most complete teams out there. I think the only thing setting them back though is Kyle Shanahan. He basically did not learn from Super Bowl 51, and it showed in Super Bowl 54.
And I know some people are probably saying that it's possible they could have a hangover this year.
I mean, the Rams did.
Yeah, but I'm still not sleeping on our top rival though.
Yeah, can I touch on that?
Yeah, either.
Hey, Sam Dogg.
Go ahead, David.
See, like the Rams were doing, like if you're trading away, if you're constantly trading away capital and getting all these money at these big names, that's not a good source of continuity. Like at best, it'll be a 1-2 year upgrade for you, because all of a sudden the players are going to start to kind of devolve. Then you're going to have to release these players, and then you're going to be eating a lot of dead money. We made that mistake, under Mike McCagnon, where we're giving a lot of these big contracts and trading a whole bunch of shit away, to where we're taking up a lot of big contracts on these big names who don't produce, and then we have to release them or trade them away because they're not producing to the level that you're expecting to produce. Yeah. And that's what the Rams are doing. And how do we have a first round pick to 2022? Like you can't be giving away draft. You can't be throwing away draft capital just to kind of make yourself look good for a couple of years. You need to build your team.
What's up, Bob Money? Yeah, Les Snead is kind of an idiot for throwing it away cap like that, though, too. Hey, we got a 49er fan in the chat. Bob Money, how you doing, man? How you doing, Bob? But yeah, Josh, Rogers High School alums, both you and me on this chat. Rogers High alums. So what were you going to say before that, man?
So during the draft, I wanted that defensive end from Iowa, AJ. I wanted him instead of the guy from Tennessee.
Oh, AJ Spinessa?
Yeah.
He went to Buffalo too. Yeah, I thought he would have been a great prospect to have on here too. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, though, when you look at Darrell Taylor, if you look at his comparison, I mean, with the way he was going after, there's a reason if Pete and John really like a guy and trade up for him, you could tell that they feel real good about this guy. And the same thing happened when we traded up for Tyler Lockett in 2015.
Yes,
they feel really good about him. We all know how that turned out to be. And Darrell Taylor, I'll tell you what, he kind of, to me, when the way he was flying off the line, reminded me of when we had Frank Clark in his prime, and then when Chris Clemens was 100% during our run to the Super Bowl and Super Bowl 48 season. They look pretty good on that. But I'm excited about the guy we drafted for Syracuse, Alton Robinson, because the guy was a sack machine too. I mean, that dude looked like he was piling up sack after sack after sack. But I mean, not saying it was happening on every play when watching certain highlight videos on YouTube. But I really liked the way that he could get after the guy, and plus the guy was working out with Cliff Averill too.
Mm-hmm. But that first round surprised me. I thought we were going to trade to go into the second round.
Yeah, we all did too, and then we decided to go take.
That's what I thought too.
Jordan Brooks from Texas Tech, who just so happened to be coached by the same guy who coached Bobby Wagner.
Yep, but I'm not really happy with that pick though. I'm iffy about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, me and Norb always say this too. Only the eye test will tell in preseason if we're going to be good or bad. It all comes down to the eye test for every team. That's how we know how every team is going to be. Remember that. The other name for preseason, eye test.
But for training camp, I wanted to see it. But with this COVID-19, we might not see the training camp live.
Yeah, I mean, if it is what it is, if it is like that, it sucks. But hey, Philly Joyle's in the chat, but it sucks with what's going on right now. I mean, I hate being being quarantined like this too. I mean, and I obviously I miss going to the bars. I obviously miss going to the bars too, especially the Roadhouse. I'm hoping. I mean, Anna Joe's reopening the Roadhouse too soon.
But
hey,
I like that receiver we got from Florida, Freddie Swain. He
Fast
averaged
Freddy.
in his whole career, he averaged 14.8 yards a catch.
Yeah, freaking yeah. I can't. Sorry, Buccaneers fans. 2 weeks falls. The limit is 6 on here, but yeah. But also, Freddie Swain, my buddy Michael Mathis told me. Norb, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here for a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, Freddie Swain in the combine was just a millisecond behind Jerry Jeudy. He was just a millisecond short of Jerry Jeudy, but he's a fast guy too. And when I watched his highlights from some of the plays he made, he looked a little physical when going up against defenders, like plowing his way in for touchdowns on some of his Florida highlights. I mean, so
hey, even though he had, I think he had like 560 receiving yards, he could also return.
Yeah, he could also definitely fill that return void. And I don't know what we're going to do with David Moore on that. Any thoughts on that too, Norb?
It's the whole thing. It's the competition. It's depth. As we learned from our running back stable last year, you can never have enough depth. And, he's one of those guys that, maybe he doesn't. We've got a lot of guys right now. I feel like the receiving core is really solid right now, assuming they all stay healthy. But that's the big if. And if somebody goes down, we're going to need someone to step up. And, we got to have guys who can play behind the 1-2 who are going to be in the starting, 4 positions. So I think he's got a lot of upside, and we can always use more return guys because we don't want to see Tyler Lockett, put himself in harm's way too much more now at this point in his career.
Yeah, wait, backstage Buccaneers fans too.
I mean,
Travis
I
Homer
don't want
can
him to
return
return.
too. Travis Homer was doing that too, so I mean,
Travis Homer,
guys that can do it.
Tyler Lockett, I think, is a Turner. And your receivers are so incredibly flashy and quick. That's going to be a huge test for, especially our corners when we play you guys. Because they're too.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, Dogg, I hate to say I gotta run, but I appreciate you having me on, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Norb.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam Dogg.
Yeah, go Hawk.
All right, now they add this other guy. What's up? Begging. Buccaneers fan living in 2 weeks falls, the Patriot fan that I know. He also had a couple other former names. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Oh man. So what are your thoughts about this coming up season? I mean, they just obviously voted against the new onside kick rule too. So what are your thoughts about that?
Hopefully it's gonna do great.
We can all hope that too. I mean,
Sam, I'll tell you one thing about that. So the thing with that is, you look at the 4th and 15 too. What if there's an offensive holding, a pass interference on the offense? They get to redo the play. So there's flaws with that too. So
that's probably why they voted against it too, is because of the flaws.
Yeah, that's probably one of the bigger reasons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Hey, Sam Dogg.
I say they go to.
But as long as Drew Brees is in that division, as long as the Saints are winning, I think that surging with Sean Payton and the team they got.
We do face Saints week 1, I hope.
Yeah, and then of course my Seahawks we play Atlanta week 1 too. We just had Sleep David from Atlanta in the chat in the video earlier talking, and I mean now basically what I was mentioning earlier is that we get to take on our old friend and rival Todd Gurley.
Hey, I'm happy for Todd Gurley though. He's close to home.
And of course Dante Fowler is now an Atlanta Falcon too. We forgot to mention that too.
And Matt Ryan will be back this time.
Matt Ryan, yes, this time Matt Ryan. It's always a competition when you got Matt Ryan at quarterback.
Hey, Sam Dogg.
Yeah?
Is that right tackle from UW starting for Atlanta now?
Which one? The one from Fife?
Yeah,
What's
from
his name
Fife,
again?
Washington.
Madden and NFL are getting to terms.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, man. Whew. Yeah, man. I don't know how much.
Sam Dogg.
Yeah, Josh?
Guess who was really, really stupid this year? Because COVID-19 fucked everything up. Hunter Bryant and Salvon Ahmed.
Why, did they both contract the virus?
No. Because They both were juniors. They came out into the NFL draft and never got drafted.
Hey,
Yeah.
stand up. Actually, I don't mean to interrupt, but I actually got to get going. I got a dog that needs to be walked. So thanks for having me, guys. I'll see you later.
Thanks for coming on, David. I was thinking about cutting the stream anyway, too. Appreciate you guys for coming on here and doing this with me because, it's like, sorry I couldn't have you on, Lawn Man, because I'm just going to be getting ready to make some lunch here soon, and we should do this again soon. Maybe I'll get you on a little earlier next time, too, all right?
Hey, Sam Dog, I got one more question before I leave.
Yeah, Josh?
All right. Do you think that Dak Prescott's going to get it or no?
I don't think he's.
I don't think so.
No,
as you can
he
tell
ain't
by
gonna
my
get it.
Yeah, Cameron Hughes says it was Caleb McGarry, the guy from Fife. It was Caleb McGarry.
Good luck this season, Seahawks. Hopefully you have a good season. Hopefully you do.
Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck, man.
I think Dak wants $45 million.
Yeah, but hey, I heard Dak won $45 million in his last year.
He ain't getting. I don't think he's gonna get that money though, man. I don't think he's gonna get that money. And we could possibly be seeing Andy Dalton starting.
Yeah, I could see that too because he's from Katy, Texas.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut the.
See you, Sam Dog.
I'm gonna cut the stream. Thank you all for coming on here. And if you like what you saw, make sure to hit that sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and we should do more of these soon. Sorry, I've just been really busy working lately. But
all right.
You're good.
As usual, if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. Go Seahawks. Thank you all for coming in.
All right.
All right.